What is the difference between protecting someone and holding them back? And how does a parent know which one they are doing? I've always known, even as a baby, he was happiest in his boy cousin's hand-me-downs and would protest every time I dressed him in pink. The moment he learned to walk, it was rough and tumble everything. Dirt under his nails, bugs in his pocket, grass stains on everything he owned. I figured maybe he was going to be a tomboy like me. Then he was 5. He got into his dad's beard trimmer and tried to shave his own head. Patchy little bald spots all over his beautiful long blonde hair. He looked up at me with tears running down his chubby little cheeks and said, "Mama, I don't want to be a girl." I got out the clippers and finished the job myself. At 7, if anyone referred to him as a girl, he would ball up both fists and correct them immediately. He was a boy. He knew it completely. I never once told him otherwise. But somewhere along the way someone did. I don't know who. I don't know when. But someone got inside his head, and for a while he decided to try being a girl. He wore dresses with scraped knees showing. He stuffed his feet into Mary Jane. He tried to love ponies and Barbies and everything that was expected of him. He tried so hard, and you could see in everything about him that he hated every second of it. At 10, he was diagnosed with anxiety and depression. 10 years old, he pulled me aside and told me he was having really dark thoughts, and my heart shattered completely. I found him a therapist. He started treatment. For a while, things got better. Then they didn't. One night when he was 11, he collapsed against my chest and told me he didn't think he was a girl anymore. I told him that was okay, that he didn't have to be anything he didn't feel. We talked for a long time about gender, all of it, every part of it. I reached out to non-binary and trans friends and asked for their guidance. He landed on non-binary for a while and seemed to breathe a little easier, having a word that felt closer to true. But I knew a few weeks ago at the dinner table he asked me to pass the butter. And then immediately after, as casually as if he were mentioning the weather, he said it. "Mom, I'm a boy. I'm trans." The look on his face was equal part hope and terror. But more than anything, it was brave. He has always been brave, even on the days he can't see it himself. I told him I loved him, that nothing about that would ever change. That I would love him not in spite of who he is, but because of every single part of him. And I meant it completely. I always wanted a boy. But I am scared. I am so deeply, honestly scared. He wears his heart on his sleeve in a world that doesn't always handle tender hearts carefully. He is kind and gentle, and has always been. And I am terrified of what that softness might cost him in spaces that don't deserve him. I'm afraid of how the world is going to treat him. Afraid of the current political climate and what it means for kids like him. Afraid of the violence and cruelty that trans men can face. Afraid of the statistics I have read late at night when the house was quiet and I couldn't stop myself from searching. Afraid that I might somehow lose him to the weight of all of it. Part of my mother's heart wants to pull him back in and wrap him up and keep him safe from every single thing that might hurt him. Not because I don't believe him. Not because I don't support him with everything I have. But because I am his mother, and protecting him is the only instinct I have ever fully trusted. I know what the right steps are logically. I know what he needs from me. But emotionally, I am standing completely still in the middle of something enormous, and I don't quite know how to move yet. I don't have many people I can say this to out loud. I just hope he knows how loved he is. I hope that love is loud enough to reach him on the hard days. I hope it is enough. I think it might be, because he has always been brave, and so have I.